Yeah, just a little video, really about prisons. You know what I mean? The way prisons are now. But in my days, the way they were in my days, it's very, very quickly. Yeah. In my times, everybody on the wings, everybody had ate their food from the hot plate. Yeah, breakfast, dinner, tea. If you didn't eat from the hot plate, you'd starve because there'd be no other way of getting food in my times, yeah. And then it went on, progress and progress and progress. Then you could buy maybe tins of salmon, tins of tuna, other things, any meats you could buy from the canteen. You can buy sausages. You can buy anything if there's kitchens, yeah. But if you're on a remand wing, you can still buy things like tuna, beans, and people. I'll explain it to you that in prison, you get an electric kettle. Everybody gets an electric kettle to boil your water up for make your coffee or your tea. Yeah. So a lot of people don't drink tea or coffee. They drink maybe just Coke and all that thing, what you can buy from the canteen. So they use their kettle to cook the beans and cook meat and stuff like that. Tins of meat like beef and all that. You can buy all that, yeah. So loads and loads of people in prison, loads, don't touch the hot plate food. They can be. I've known people when I was in my long-term prisons, never ever to go down to the hot plate to get their food. The only time they might go down the hot plate is to get their bread. That's all they would. Don't touch butter. Just go down and get a loaf of bread. That's all they do. Don't touch any other thing. Maybe go down and get a bit of milk, yeah, which used to come in cartons. So when I hear little stories going about that certain people, I mean, Mons, or down the block or wherever they are, they're frightened of being poisoned by food on the hot plate. For one, that couldn't happen, yeah? That couldn't happen. For two, the people are saying, well, they buy tins of this, tins of that, tins of this from the hot plate, from the canteen. Yeah. And if you don't eat off the hot plate, you don't have to eat off the hot plate. You can go up and get the bread and make sandwiches, salmon sandwiches, tuna sandwiches, or you can buy whatever you like to put in your kettle. You can buy all your other bits and pieces, all your noodles and all that stuff, and make a nice meal of it. You haven't got it touch nothing from the hot plate. So when people say, I'm on about people that have been in 10, 15 years, they don't touch anything from the hot plate. So when I hear people saying, well, certain people are in the block and they're worried about getting poisoned, so they're eating tuna and all that. But they're not only eating tuna, mate, they're eating everything. If they've got money in their private cash, they can maybe send, I don't know, in my times you could only spend a five or something, but in them, like now, well, in my first one, or first one away, you'd be able to spend 2 shillings. That's how long ago it was, shilling, whatever. But now you may be allowed to spend, I don't know, 30 quid, 40 quid a week, if you've got it in your private cash, yeah? And the person I'm talking about would have money in his private cash to do that. He can live like a king down there, mate. He can buy noodles, he can buy salmon, he can buy tuna, he can buy roast beef, he can heat up. You can live like a king, mate, if you want to. Right? You have got no need to touch anything from the hot plate. You know what I mean? When people make me laugh and they're saying, "Oh, we can't touch nothing from the hot plate because we're frightened it's going to be poisoned," yeah, that's cobblers. That's cobblers, yeah, for starters. If you don't want to eat nothing from the hot plate, you don't eat it. Just get a loaf of bread, take it to your cell. You got your butter. You can buy your butter. You can buy whatever you like, and you cook your own food. That's it. It don't matter. As I said before, listen, if you're down the block for 10 years, you know, maybe it's different, maybe you get pissed off of it, you know what I mean? But when you're down the block for little sort of centres like 9 months or whatever you're down the block for, and, you're complaining about they're going to poison the food, you know, all jokes aside, the person who's saying that, he wouldn't eat from the hot plate anyway. It's only poo food. You wouldn't eat from the hot plate anyway in them places, especially down the block. You wouldn't eat from the hot plate. You buy your own little bit of food. And everybody does it, mate. Everybody does it. So, so really, it's not a big thing, yeah? So don't make it out to be a big thing, because it isn't a big thing, yeah? If you're, there's a saying, you can buy whatever you like. As long as you've got the money, you can buy whatever you like. And I can assure you, the person who I heard yesterday can buy whatever he wants to buy because he's got the money, his private cash, and he's living like a little king. He gets a gym, he gets the block, he's got his own little bits and pieces. He can buy his bedspread, he can buy all them bits and pieces. He can still live like a little. He ain't under punishment. He can still buy these little bits of pieces that he needs to buy. He's got his little colour television on his cell and all that. Yeah, he's got his little bit of music. Listen, it ain't as bad as what people fucking think it is. Bang, bang, well, nice one.